Hello, everyone. Kate, do you hear me? Do you see my screen?
Yeah, it's okay.
So, ready, steady,
Yeah.
go. Is everything ready for our live stream? Because we will be broadcasting live today. So, everyone to be online. So, it seems that we are all set. Girls, are you ready?
Yeah. So, dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Unicorn Battle Asia. My name is Lena Evtushenko. I'm head of Startup Battle Asia. Also, let me introduce my beautiful colleague, Julia Saulenko. Julia is CEO of Unicorn Battle. Julia, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Lena. The sprint had come to Asia and so did our unicorn battles. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very excited to greet you today. Welcome to the Unicorn.Events. We are here today for the Unicorn Battle Asia, where best local startups will pitch live to our great expert board and the audience worldwide. We are live and broadcasting all over the world. So please share the links within your network so everyone can see you online. Girls will share the links in chat. Our event is happening thanks to our sponsors. We greatly appreciate our platinum sponsor, Silicon Valley Syndicate Club, our golden sponsor, Network VC, and our silver sponsor, VC How. Our event is the world's largest startup pitch contest by geography and number of events. And the winner of today's Unicorn Battle will participate in the Unicorn Cup Finals on May 13th. It will be a grand happening with VCs and prominent startups all over the world. So please mark this date in your calendars. Not to miss any of the unicorn events that are happening all over the world, and to get lots of useful insights from our VCs, sign up to our YouTube channel. And don't forget, please, to put your likes. By doing so, you support all startups all over the world to make our planet a better place for everyone. During this season of Unicorn Cup, our preliminary local unicorn battles are being held on all continents, discovering the most prominent startups that will define tomorrow's future. Unicorn.Events is an open competition where startups pitch live for private investors and venture funds. We started our event back in 2009 and are conducting our events on a regular basis all over the world. So join us to see the best local solutions and meeting great personalities. During the event, best startups meet famous investors and business angels, and so can you. So please look at our statistics. We had traveled all over the world and met lots of you personally. And we really hope to see you soon offline again. But now you can join us online and to be part of this great event where local startups from each continent meet top VCs from all over the world. So if you have a startup community and we haven't been in your city yet, so it's a great chance to conduct together our unicorn pitches. So feel free to contact us and we'll share all the details. So we are really open to explore partnership opportunities to help local startups and investors to play a more significant role in the global ecosystem. We are always glad to welcome new partners to our network that reached last year 1 million users. So we are a smart ecosystem that consists of various software solutions and internet platforms that unite startups, investors, business angels, experts, professional scouts, and high-level managers in a single business way. And it makes possible quickly and efficiently to solve any task in the field of innovation and startups. Startup Network is a marketplace for startups, businesses, investors, and service providers. Network VC is our seed fund. Sci-Fi is our acceleration program. Unicorn.Events, as you know, the world's largest online startup pitch contest. VC House is a closed online community and network created exclusively for VCs, where they can exchange deals they participate in as lead investors. Network Investments meeting points for investment banks and startups and businesses. Silicon Valley Syndicate Club is a special structure that allows business angels to invest into the best startups with small checks through our deals. So if you are a business angel or a VC, invest with us. Join us or let us know when you lead and we will support your investment. Our ecosystem opens great opportunities for startups, helping them to succeed and become leaders in their industry. So dear startups, get in contact with us in case you are fundraising and we will happily support you as well. And of course, we are welcoming new partners on board and we could explore new opportunities together. And now I would like to turn the floor to our brilliant girls, Kate and Lena, who are the hosts of today's event.
Thank you, Julia. Thank you very much. I'm glad to welcome you at the first Asian Battle Spring edition. Hope that this season will surprise you with great ideas and real attractions. For sure, we would not have coped today without the help of our loyal and new partners. Today, they present different countries around the world: Japan, India, Singapore, and many, many others. Please check our landing page, follow their social media, check their websites, and you will find many options for fundraising and for profitable funding in startups. Now we will now it's time for jury introductions, and I think Lena will start with our CEO.
Thank you, Kate. Thank you, guys. So before we'll start the pitch competition, please greet our honored judges who volunteered the valuable time to our event today. Dear judges, please introduce yourselves and funds you represent shortly for 1 minute, pointing out the industry, check size, state, and geographical location of startups you invest in. So let's start from our CEO, Alexander Soroka. Alexander?
Hello, Lena. Hello, do you hear me?
Welcome. Yeah, we hear you.
Great. So our funds are industry agnostic, and we usually invest up to $500,000 into one startup. And geographically, we are also agnostic today. Thank you very much,
Thank
Lena.
you so much. Thank you so much. Great to have you with us today. So let's continue. Who would like to be the next one, guys?
Can you turn off the presentation, probably?
Yeah, of course. Yes, please, guys.
Okay, my name's Gary Fowler. Hello, everybody. I'm a serial entrepreneur and investor. I've done 17 companies, been involved in 2 unicorns, was on the original management team of Click Software, sold for 1.35 billion, and also Eva.ai, which I formed with Dr. David Yang, an AI HR tech startup. We have a venture studio called GSD Venture Studios, which is a premier AI and quantum venture studio, taking companies global using Silicon Valley as a port to the rest of the world. We're building a $100 million fund, impact fund. We spend a lot of time in Africa, Asia, all over the world curating companies. A check size is up to $2 million. It's great to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. Nice to meet you.
Nice to see you.
So let's continue, guys.
I'll go next. Hi.
Yes, William.
Hi, I'm William Du from Engineers based in Kuala Lumpur. We just started a new fund, 25 million US fund to invest in ESG, tech, fintech, and also sustainable investments. I'm done speaking. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Welcome. Okay. Next one, please, guys.
I can go next. Sorry, go ahead.
Hong Kong, yeah, and I connect institutional investors and private investors with startups and entrepreneurs. Thank you.
Thank you, Steven.
Hi, this is Hoshi Debu. I'm based in Singapore. I'm actually not a fund, but I'm an advisory. I'm the founder, managing partner of Aura Global Partners. I work with a whole bunch of, family offices, high net worth individuals, VCs based in, in the Silicon Valley, Singapore, work with the government and, some of the government, funds available to, early stage companies, and also support, people who are looking for early stage, funding in India. So I focus on the Silicon Valley, Singapore, and India. Thank you.
Thank you, Hoshi. Welcome.
I will go next. This is Joanne from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I'm with Netrov, a regional venture capital and also advisory firm. We have offices in Hong Kong, Guangzhou, and Malaysia here. We invest, usually we invest in early stage companies all the way to Series A. Our ticket size is about any amount up to USD 3 million. We are industry agnostic. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Welcome. So,
Hi.
Hi. Yes,
My
please.
name is Jamal Alakat from Saudi Arabia, and I have my own business right now in Dubai. Previously, I was a founding member of Saudi Aramco Entrepreneurship Center and a founding member of Startup Lab Accelerator in Dhahran, Saudi Arabia. My last position in Saudi Aramco was the head of change management for the IPO preparation of Saudi Aramco. Right now, I work on my own business, focusing on those SMEs that need rehabilitations for equity. Thank you.
Thank you, and welcome. Next, please.
Okay, I can go next.
Yes, please, Nick.
My name is Nick. I'm the managing partner of Lauesen from Sweden. We are an Asia-focused expansion investment firm. We are extremely hands-on in our approach. We have 2 funds, agnostic to ticket size, but very important that we are part of the expansion in Asia for the companies that we invest in. Be flexible to where, how, and how much we invest. We invest in biotech, media and entertainment, Industry 4.0, and new energy. Thank you all. Good to be here.
Thank you, Nick. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. Right. My name is Long. I'm based out of Shanghai. My official title is the Chief Innovation Officer for a Spanish family company. It's called Simon Electric Holding. So entrepreneurship is more of my personal passion. But I'm also the advisory for some startups in China and in Silicon Valley. So I'm learning and advising, and mostly in the consumer technology sector. Thank you. Nice to meet you all.
Welcome. Next one, please.
Hi, My name is Sergey. I'm a managing partner of a boutique VC company, Fortis Capital Partners. We are headquartered in Singapore, have offices in Thailand and Hong Kong. I also represent a couple of family offices with over $1 billion in assets. So usual check size is up to 2 mil, usually up to Series A. And I also advise the startups from Australia, Germany, and Singapore mostly. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sergey. Welcome. Okay. Would like to be the next one?
Hi, it's Keith Herman from IPA Equities. We're a private investment firm located in the States out of Los Angeles. We're industry and geographically agnostic, investing in layered technologies. As I mentioned, Series A check size is 2 to 10 million. And we're excited to hear the presentations today. Good luck to everybody.
Thank you. Welcome. Okay. Would like to be the next one? Yes, please.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, this is Linesh. I'm part of Doozy Venture Fund. We are India's first fund that would invest into nanotechnology for startups and MSMEs, into textiles, into manufacturing of fabrics, into urban farming. We are also having a vertical coming up in medicine for treatment of cancer and clean energy. We are looking at social impact, and we are also coming up with an alternate investment fund for startups. We do conduct a lot of events for startup ecosystem. We conduct every month, and we are there to invest in early stage and idea stage startups. And we invest through our partners in revenue generating and startups looking out for Series A number. Thank you so much. We are based in US, and the fund is from Singapore. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Lina. Welcome. Okay. Would like to be the next one, guys?
Great to meet today many new faces on the judge board.
Yeah. So, anybody else?
John, what's the silence from your side?
Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Leonard, Kate, thank you so much.
Great. Nice to meet you.
My name is Crazy John, Kojiro Moriwaka. Kojo means happy, second sign in Japanese. Good to see. Hope all your families, friends, staying safe, happy, and healthy. And best luck for all startups today. I'm Crazy John, official columnist of Forbes Japan. I love to interview all of you for my column for Forbes Japan. Closely working, advising for VC in Asia, government fund, and also helping startup from very small early seed stage to go to IPO. And I'm also a visiting professor of 2 universities, one in Myanmar, and hope people in Myanmar being also try to be safe again, and also Tokyo. And I just became a mentor. I'm mentor of 11 different acceleration programs around the world. I just became mentor of 500 startups in Silicon Valley just before joining this, and also be mentoring for Alchemist Accelerator for 4 years. So very happy to work with the startups and also VCs and angel friends. I personally belong to 2 angel groups in Silicon Valley. Thank you so much.
Thank you, John. Welcome again. And the unicorn battle without you is impossible, you know.
Thank you.
So anybody else, guys?
Hi, everyone. I can go next. Good to be here as always. Thank you, Lana. Thank you, all the organizers at the Unicorn Club. I'm a serial entrepreneur, investor. We have invested in projects in many different continents. We are sector agnostic. We have been investing for last 5 years across the board. We invest up to $1 million. And looking forward to meeting new entrepreneurs, different parts of the planet. And we are looking at investing in more than 1,000 plus projects around the globe. All the best to all the participants, and we look forward to working with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Lena. Maybe.
Hi, Angelo.
Hi there, guys. For having me once again. It's a pleasure to be here with you. So my name is Angelo, and I'm a managing partner at AI Startup Incubator while taking care of the business development of the company. And we are a early stage accelerator and incubator, and we focus on investment in pre-seed and seed startups from virtually all over the world. We don't focus on a specific industry or segment, but we focus on the artificial intelligence technology. So whatever startups that has artificial intelligence technology deployed in their core product or auxiliary to the service or product is kind of our domain. Usually invest tickets from 50,000 up to 1.5 million, and we are based in Prague. Thanks for having us, guys.
Thank you, Angela. Thank you. Welcome. So, next one, please.
Hi, Slava.
Hi, yeah, I could go. I'm just waiting whether someone else wants to talk about. Well, my name is Slava Pedlisny. I'm a managing partner of Network Investment, which is a part of Startup Network, actually, and we're creating a community of investment bankers and investment professionals so we could share investment opportunities within this network, whether it's startups or projects we work in, or whether it's our ability to raise capital for certain startups or anyway projects. So if anyone interested, please contact me. I'll put my contacts in chat. Thanks.
Thanks, Slava. Thanks, welcome. So, anybody else? Okay, that means that it's time to continue. Thank you so much for your introduction, guys. And before we'll start what is part of our event today, let me explain you some details about our voting system today. So, dear judges, to start voting, you have just to click the link you have got on mail before, and you will be redirected to the event page. You have to scroll the page to the startup section, and you will see the logos and the marks beneath. So you have to put marks depending on investment potential from 1 to 5, where 5 is the highest mark and 1 is the lowest. Another important details is that you have just put marks without any confirmation buttons, and you could change your marks before the voting will be closed. If you will need some help, please let us know in chat, and our support team will advise you. And next information is for our dear attendees. You have a great opportunity to support also to support our participants. So you can register at our event page and give your like to your favorite startups. Just this. And they need your support, of course. I think that's all for this moment from myself. And Kate, could you explain some details about our startups and about pitching?
Yeah, I just give information. Each founder will have 3 minutes for pitch and 3 minutes for Q&A session. We recommend not to mention any fundraising out loud because we are broadcasting all over the world, and some countries may have restrictions in this regard. If some judge will ask you about the fundraising, you can use private or public chat on Zoom or other channels. Based on the results of online voting, one startup will be chosen as the winner of today's battle. So let's not waste our time and please meet our first speaker for today from startup OpenCBS, Alex.
Yes, hello, that's me. So I'll try to share my screen, and once you can see my screen, I will start.
Sure.
Is all working now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, great.
Good luck.
So, thank you very much. So just to explain, a few years ago, I had the chance to work for a microfinance institution in Afghanistan where 85% of people are unbanked. Our mission was to serve the less privileged by giving them access to basic financial services. And we are looking for a software, a system to run our operations, what we call a core banking system. And at that time, we could either use Excel or use very complex systems that were not suitable for us. So that's how we had the idea to start OpenCBS, because financial institutions rely on IT systems that are often very expensive, complex, too complex, and also very restrictive. They are not adaptive to the needs of employees or also to the demands of clients. So we have launched products that are agile enough to serve customers in the way they want. Our first product, our main product, is a cloud-based core banking system, which is based around the needs of the people and makes banking simple for all financial institutions. You can launch a product in minutes, for instance, also apply new KYC fields if the regulations changes, or you can also get a 360-degree view of your client. But for those who cannot change their core banking system, which is a bit like the engine of a bank, we also have developed solutions that digitize specific processes. For instance, customer onboarding, loan appraisal, and of course, you can reduce the turnaround time of your clients from a few days to sometimes a few minutes. So thanks to OpenCBS, financial institutions can bring down their costs, managers get real-time business intelligence, customer-facing employees can sell more easily as well, and ultimately clients are happier. For the IT management, it's also a very compelling proposition because thanks to our infrastructure-like solutions, they can go live within weeks, and they can also interface with third-party systems very easily thanks to our open APIs. But once we have developed a system for microfinance, which is a very intensive industry, it's like usually high volumes, small loan amounts, but high volumes, often operating in difficult environment. We realized that with reasonable adaptations, we could also adapt our products for other markets, for fintech, for instance, digital lenders or mobile wallet companies, or also even for the lower end of the banking market. And in fact, maybe for instance, smaller banks in developing countries, and we did sign clients in those new areas. So this really opens a new market for us because the market for microfinance, you see, is $200 million per year, but fintech is $2 billion already and growing very fast. And if you look at the banking market, it's already 40 billion. Also, more interestingly, this market is 25% SaaS today. In 2025, it will be 60% SaaS. So it's really an opportunity for us to move a little bit up market. Today, we really have a proven business model. We have 15 live clients. We have impacted the lives of 400,000 entrepreneurs, and we've generated $800,000 of revenues. We make money by charging an initial customization fee and a yearly SaaS fee based on volume. And you can see our clients are pretty much everywhere in the world. It shows there is good demand. Our team is remixing experience from the banking and microfinance industry and the IT industry. So we are really good at translating the needs of clients into working products. So we really want to grow faster. So we are raising money for three purposes: product development, credibility expenses, which are necessary due to the upscaling strategy, and finally marketing and sales. Thank you very much. And I'll write my email address in the chat.
Thank you, Alex. Great pitch. I stop sharing your screen.
Yes.
And we'll switch to the Q&A session. Who have questions?
Hi, Alex. This is Gaurav from Arit Ventures. Hi, Alex. I have a question. So your competitors, right? Mambu, Leverage, Musoni, and many other on this similar platform, they either have very good revenues from 18 to 50 million, which you probably know, per year, and in some cases, they also have the venture backing, right? Having raised 15, 20 to, I think Musoni has gone up to $600-700 million, if I'm not mistaken, right? What is your competitive strategy or a growth strategy? Why would customers prefer your platform? Is there a particular market you're targeting which is not taken over or penetrated by your competitors, or are you trying to go global at the expense of a larger investment?
So many questions in one, right? Yes, so in terms of how we work, partly we differentiate ourselves from the very simple interface and from also being able to accompany our clients. We have basically our main office in Kyrgyzstan, which means we are very low cost to also accompany our clients through project management all during the life of the project, but also we are trying to have a cloud agnostic approach, which others don't always have, meaning that we have tools today, which we didn't have 5 years ago, which allow us to work in a cloud agnostic approach with different cloud providers in different countries, which allow us to work around the regulations, because sometimes we are not completely allowed to have, for instance, a cloud data at Amazon Web Services if it's in another continent or whatever, so we can adapt to the regulations thanks to this. So finally, in terms of strategy, yes, we are looking mostly at the markets of Africa and Southeast Asia in terms of growth right now. This is where we are ready. and later on maybe Europe and Americas, etc. But right now the demand and the markets for us, considering where we are in our track record, is basically South Africa, the Middle East a little bit, and Southeast Asia.
Alex, one last question. Where are your current clients based out from? You mentioned you already have 800,000 in revenues with quite a bit of clients. Which regions or countries are they currently in?
Yeah, there was a map which I went very quickly on. It's basically Africa, it's the Middle East, like Jordan, it's Southeast Asia, Myanmar, Thailand. It's also Europe. We have one plant in Switzerland, and we also have some plants in the Caribbean. So you see the market is quite large because the clients are everywhere, and mostly they came through our website.
Great, thank you.
Thank you so much. Any other questions, guys?
Yes, I have a question. You've also mentioned you have clients all across the world, which is a bit strange usually. I mean, in terms of if you usually focus on one area, you have the clients there. How you want to get clients in Southeast Asia? Because I mean, I've been working in Southeast Asia for more than 12 years. It's impossible basically to get to B2B clients unless you have an office specifically in this country.
It's
right?
Exactly one of the purposes of the fundraising. Right now, we don't have the financial means to have an office in any country. So, but one of the purposes of the fundraising is to have very low-cost local offices in some key markets to acquire clients for pre-sales, but also to provide support in local language, which is something we cannot do right now. Right now, our support is in Russian and English only. So yes, it's part of the plan.
Okay.
Thank you. Time is over. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Thank you.
So the next one is our startup from Singapore, ACKTEC Technologies.
Hi, everyone. I'm Raven. I'm the founder and the CEO of ACKTEC. ACKTEC is founded in Singapore, and we have an office in China, Malaysia, Vietnam, Indonesia, and Malaysia. So those ASEAN countries is up and coming. Currently is in Malaysia, Singapore, and China. So we have been accelerated by a group of accelerator over here. And we are looking to solve a problem of employment, job upskilling, and job upgrading across ASEAN. So we want to bring ASEAN up to a level where they can stimulate high employment rate, particularly because of COVID. And how are we doing that? We are working with companies to scale and to commercialize their digital content through a global educational system. We want to help employees and individuals to learn and access to certification to bring forth jobs and progress in their socio-economic status. We also want to bring training to interested and prospective candidates on prerequisite course so that they can have partner, they can go into work in the employment for the partner companies and organization. So the impact we have done, we have worked with quite a fair bit of industry in automobile, construction, and in healthcare, and also in exhibition to bring forth this learning and employment job upskilling throughout ASEAN. So we are looking to scale 100,000 learners and 10,000 learning content across the world. The sectors we have covered as follow, from engineering to, from engineering to education to banks to even car, automobile, and F&B. So we have 3 products. We have an ACKTEC Learn, which is a platform that holds all the immersive learning. Then we also have a learning management system, and most importantly, a marketplace to promote learning across ASEAN and Asia. So our product is able to host immersive learning content through the mobile device, and also a learning management system for companies. And lastly, a marketplace to sell and to promote the learning. We've been around across from Singapore to Asia to Africa, continents in the US as well as Australia. Currently, 700,000 plus active users and looking to scale to 2 million by end of this year. So immersive is our use case. The most importantly, the differentiating is using immersive learning in the mobile phone. And we have worked with many clients, currently about 72. We are looking to scale up to 200 by this year. So we have won awards from last year, EduTech Award in the Origin Innovation Award, as well as the most promising innovation from ACKTEC Trailblazer. So these are media mentions. This is our competitor, and the most differentiating is immersiveness and corporate training. And these are our platform direct competitors. And this is a team backed with 15 to 20 years of expertise across the world and in the line of expertise. And our growth is tremendous. We grow from 600 to 1.3 last year. This year, we're looking to double it to make 4 and bookings as well. And most importantly, we are looking to fundraise to grow our marketplace to a lot more extensively, because that is the future and that is what we believe, learning in the flow of work. And then we are raising money and the use of fund as I follow. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for great pitch. So, dear judges, it's time to ask questions. Yes, please.
Hi. Sorry, can I ask a question?
Yes, please. Yes, please, Long.
Yeah, I just want to ask a very simple question. Are you guys working on the learning content? I mean, are you guys creating the learning content or just providing the platform for, sorry, what is this message? Are you working on a working content as well, or just providing the platform for, you know, distance learning and training stuff?
We are a pretty unique company. We provide a service to teach people how to digitize into immersive. Then we work with corporates to make sure the learning became immersive for easy onboarding and learning so they can create retention. And then we add it on the accreditation and help them look for prospective employee during their expansion.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks so much. Any other questions?
Can you walk through the use of funds?
Yes, please. One by one, please.
Yeah, I was asking about the use of funds. Can you walk through that real quickly?
Can. 20% of the fund will be used to increase our product development. And admittedly, we are launching an authoring tool so that in future, people can do immersive learning through drag and drop methods on the platform, bringing AI into our platform to make sure we have sort of a Netflix for learning, noting the learning case of each individual and recommend courses to upgrade as they move up the L&D through their careers. 30% on BD, expansion into the market in ASEAN and in Asia, bringing the best course across Asia into ASEAN. And the last balance of 50% will be used in IP, securing an IP, working with close partner to build content. And lastly, the balance 5% for growth in R&D. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes, I'd ask a last question. Okay, so importance in the learning platforms is first, okay, the amount of content. The second is usually the certification and the recognition among the community that will be employing these you know, upskilled workers. So how you actually certify them, and will this certification will be recognized?
Thanks. I love the question. This is exactly what we are building. We work with corporates to ensure that the jobs is required. The way it's trained is online. Then with the same job, we work with a schoolhouse to top it up as a nano cert, such that the cert, not just the recognized by the corporate, is also from a nano cert from a schoolhouse. Case in point, for example, a course from Udacity that's fit for IBM or AWS Amazon worker, but they also been accredited by MIT or UPenn. So we are actually doing the same but for corporate workers in the skilled or vocational industry.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. It's time to continue.
Yeah, thank you, Raven. Next one is Dan from startup NeuroAudit. Dan, are you ready? Check, maybe you are muted, so we don't hear you.
Yeah, now you can hear me.
Yeah, it's okay now.
Yeah.
Let's start.
Okay, so guys, thank you all. I'm very glad to participate here in Unicorn, Asia. We are NeuroAudit from Israel, and actually we developing a cognitive boost just when you need it. Few points about NeuroAudit. NeuroAudit founded in 2016, and we developed a very innovative psychoacoustic neuromodulation, we call it. And we use it for a personalized treatment of brain disease or brain disorders. Our unique product is a daily patch that delivers cognitive boost. And here, the innovative things behind that we are using for healthy people. The first stage is to use it with healthy people. Our challenges, we found that world's population actually use sugar, caffeine, energy drinks, sometimes drugs, just to get much higher cognitive performance. So this is our solution, a daily patch that you, at the end of the day, you can try it. And our business model is actually offline software license just for 8 hours, just for 8 hours. Our first market that we are speaking about, this is the college students from the US, because we know that the age of 19 to 29 mostly are healthy people, and the alternative side to energy drinks, caffeine, drugs, sometimes alcohol, etc., etc. Few points about our activity, main goals in 2020, we completed our POCs, test cases, and we completed prototype development. And of course, we send our provisional for patent. And as we watch on 2021, we are ready for go-to-market stage. Few points about our team. I'm the CEO and the business development, and Dr. Lionel Kriaf, MD advisory board, mostly work around Alzheimer's disease for many years and diagnostic with PET-CT. Alon Sinai, clinical science that work in Rambam Hospital and work with focus ultrasound technology, and Boaz Sadeh, also neurophysiologist that works so many years with startup companies. Let's deep inside about a scientific side. We had so many test cases because we are working on the brain activity. So when you are working on brain activity, you need to ask small questions and get big answers. So since 2016, so many test cases, TDCS technology, ADHD side, sonic stimulation to the brain, EMG, and at last, ultrasound stimulation. We had wonderful test case in Japan with one Japanese company, Aston companies, that work around diagnostic, and we found some amazing results around our technology. More than 70% of cognitive performance was correlated with less brain activity. Less brain activity is relax the brain. The stimulation relax the brain and get much higher cognitive performance. Secondly,
but time is over.
Oh, so this is another test case, and about our activity. We had so many collaboration activities in Japan around our technology, and our timeline at the end start from now at wellness in the US and Japan, and our product roadmap for 9 months. First milestone, jump out to the market. I was Danazio. Many thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you for great pitch, and it's time for questions.
Yes. Can you please nail down the problem, like very shortly, that you are solving with your product?
Yeah, of course. We found world population use energy drinks, sugar, caffeine, sometimes alcohol, drugs like Ritalin and amphetamine, and this is the alternative side that we bring to the stage to use cognitive patch on the carotid and get much higher cognitive performance for healthy people. This is the first stage. Later on, our long term is to use it for brain disease and brain disorders. The first one is Alzheimer's disease, because when we speak about cognitive side, we can find cognitive problems of many brain disease and brain disorders.
Yes, please. Any other questions?
Can you explain what specifically the patch does to stimulate, and how does it regulate the proper amount for a particular individual?
Oh, great question. Actually, we can find so many brain technology that work as a wearable device, mostly on the scalp. And I'm not sure if you all know that the big problem that we have around neurotech or neurostimulation, this is our bone, scalp, actually. This is the big problem. So we use a patch, daily patch, that we put on the carotid, actually, and working via the blood, stimulate the brain via the blood, clean stimulate to the brain, and understand that our stimulate actually boost the cognitive side.
Yeah, what exactly, can you be more specific about what specifically is responsible for the stimulation?
Of course, we can find technologies that work around electricity stimulation, electromagnetic stimulation. We work on very unique technology that called ultrasound stimulation to the brain. Our big product, mostly this is the focus ultrasound, big machine that stimulate the brain. And the innovative thing that we take a big technology and shrink it to a daily patch. Short ROI for the inventor, actually less brain activity and cognitive boost, of course, and short ROI for the investor, and less money for the customer, for the end customer.
How much do you charge for 8 hours use?
Oh, really good question, actually. Inside the 8 hours, the full stimulate is just 15 minutes, because you cannot stimulate the brain actually for 8 hours. This is something crazy to get. It's just 15 minutes. We speak about the daily patch that work just for 8 hours. Like a pill, actually, just for 8 hours. Inside the full stimulate to the brain is actually 15 minutes.
Thank you.
How much do you charge for that?
I'm sorry, let's continue in chat because we need to follow our schedule. Okay. Thank you then again. The next one is VocabGuru from India.
Okay, is my screen visible?
Could you talk a bit?
Yeah, is my screen visible? Yeah, am I audible loud and clear? Okay,
yes.
Nice. Okay, so let me. Okay, thank you. Hello everyone, I am Vishnu Acharya and I'm the founder of VocabGuru, Learn English the Smartest Way. So let's come to the problem statement. About 80% of the people are unable to get the job they desire and excel in their professional career. And about 70% of the students are unable to crack competitive exams due to poor command over English. And even if there are some players existing in the market, they are using old conventional methods and are being high priced. And the other problem is there are lack of organized and effective materials existing in the market for improving English and personality development skills. So we are addressing this problem by using unique audiovisual techniques, and we have organized it by courses, who needs what a kid needs versus someone preparing for higher studies or someone preparing for jobs. And we have different modules like grammar, comprehension, passage, and we also provide a competitive feeling like quizzes, track progress, live tests, sectional analysis, and it is provided at a very affordable price. So far, our progress is we have over 88,000 plus user base on Google Play Store with a rating of 4.8 out of 5. We have 20,000 daily active users, 43,000 monthly active users, and we have recently partnered with the telecom leader of India, Reliance Jio, and with this partnership, we'll be hitting 1.5 to 2 million user base on their platforms by 2021 end. And we have raised $1 million of brand capital from the #1 news and media conglomerate Times Group of India, and we have been selected by Amazon EdStart program as the AWS innovator, and I have been featured on Forbes as the emerging EdTech leader. And VocabGuru story has been featured on Yahoo, Business World, Business Standard, Asian Chronicle, Indian Education News, Asia Tech Journal, and several other major journals. Talking about the market, English learning market is projected about $10 billion and projected to grow 20% year over year, reaching a $28 billion market by 2026. And with a 5% product market fit, we will be capturing about $1.4 billion market by 2026. And our go-to-market strategies include effective strategic marketing, including analytics. And like I come from a Google background, I have worked at Google at Silicon Valley, and will be running also Google and Facebook ads, search engine optimization, app store optimization, bringing influencers, bloggers, and social media, etc. And this is also like our smartphone application, different modules. We have 12 to 14 modules, and it is like the design based on the type of the course the person chooses. We are using mostly audiovisual techniques. And we have a team, our core team is graduated from like one of the top 10 engineering colleges in India, founding team. And I have done I worked at Silicon Valley for 3 years. I have graduated from Oklahoma State University, and we have a full stack development team and team for content. There are 3 ways we are going to make money in the subscription. We have already 2,800 paid subscribers. There will be a live classes we'll be conducting where we'll be connecting teachers to students, and we will take 20% of the revenue generated by them. And the third will be institutional tie-ups where we'll tie up with institutions, and with that we'll be giving them a heavy discount to get bulk subscription. Thank you, everyone. I'm open to questions.
Thank you so much. So it's time for questions. Please, could you close your presentation?
Okay.
Yeah. So, guys, give your feedback, please. Help our startups to be better. Yes, please.
Okay, I'd give, first of all, I'd give us some feedback. I'd recommend next time, despite the fact that you have a very limited time, I'd recommend try to speak a bit slower, because you're speaking too fast and it's really hard to realize what exactly is being explaining us. So my question would be, with so many solutions out there in the market, why you think there is a problem that the market needs another solution?
Yeah, that is a great question. Thank you very much for that and for the feedback as well. So like the thing is that there are many products in the market, but the thing is that our content is very unique. We are using audio-visual techniques because visuals tend to stay in our memory for a long duration, as well as the learning becomes fun and engaging process. So that is there. And also we have organized, the other players haven't organized it by who needs what, like what a school student or like a college student needs versus someone preparing for higher studies. So this kind of organization we have done. And also we are also providing in the English learning space, we are providing the competitive feeling by live test, quizzes, sectional analysis, providing the students the rank where they stand among others. So like this, and it is provided at a very affordable price compared to the competitors.
Thank you so much. Anybody else? Okay. Okay, let's continue.
Okay, if nobody has question.
Can I just ask a quick one?
Yes, please, Subrata.
Hi, this is Subrata. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Vishnu, I think it's a good pitch. What's the current traction? Can you just walk us through your current traction?
Yeah, so we have over 88,000 plus. Hello, yeah, we have over 88,000 plus user base. We are rated 4.8 out of 5 on Google Play Store, and we have 20,000 daily active users and monthly 43,000 active users. And like we have partnered with the Reliance Jio, the telecom leader of India, and with that we'll be getting a massive boost this year itself, and we are projected to hit 1.5 to 2 million user base on their platforms, as well as we have raised $1 million worth of brand capital from Times Group. So that will help us to get and scale our user base. Like, so totally, like we are projected to hit around 3 million user base by this year.
Do you have any plan for international expansion?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like, so it is like we are like anyway available to like everyone across the world, because it is like a tech form and it is mobile based app and web. So, but yeah, apparently our initial target market is the South Asian market, and we have been targeting that India and South Asian market. And then apparently we'll be developing the content as per like South American market, European, Chinese, and other like global expansion.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Any other questions? Okay, so let's continue, Kat.
The next one is Notarum, Intelligent Diligence. Angela. The stage is yours.
Thank you so much. Now I'll just share my screen here.
Full screen, please, and let's start.
Excellent. You can see my
Good luck.
presentation?
Yeah, good luck.
Perfect. Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Angela, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Notarum, and we are your partner in intelligent diligence. So companies are spending over $100 billion a year on their compliance programs, but unfortunately, it is a huge waste of money. Onboarding times globally have exceeded 3 weeks. It's because companies have to supply a huge amount of documents, data to each other before they do business. As a result, companies then have to hire huge teams to process this data. And an astounding, which means 80% of compliance spend globally is on headcount. This is both bad for business and a huge opportunity for us. And an astounding 90% of companies don't check the information that was supplied by their vendors. Basically, you're asking the criminals if they're criminals and expecting them to be honest in their reply. It doesn't really work this way. But by far the biggest problem is fragmentation, because when you enter data into any of the various platforms or tools that you need to use to complete a check, it's very slow, staff hate it, and it introduces the opportunity for error because you're manually re-entering the same information. There is a better way, and we have built it. So our team at Notarum have built an end-to-end workflow solution to help companies automate their onboarding and ongoing due diligence, and we automate around 90% of the current process. We currently connect with 200 databases in 150 countries, but we've built the platform to be totally unlimited by integrations. So if a customer wants us to include a database, we can make it happen. We service the entire third-party value chain. Let me break that down. So we help companies identify who they're doing business with, right up to the ultimate beneficial owner. We then help screen all the individuals and companies for politically exposed persons lists, sanctions lists, financial crime, and other risks. We then use the information to complete an AI-powered customizable risk assessment before all the information is approved via our inbuilt e-signing tool. All of the documents, data, and decisions are then stored in our audit trail. We then have management tools for individuals or individual contributors to manage their daily workflow, so they always know exactly what to do next and there's no stalling. And management can then get a good overview of what their team is doing in terms of velocity, open cases, and identifying any bottlenecks. Our current customers are using either our API, suite of APIs, or our web-based interface, which we can have new customers up and running with just a few minutes. We can service any industry, but our go-to-market strategy focuses on just 5: fund management, technology, professional services, multinational organizations, and of course, financial institutions. We've built strong corporate partnerships with some of the biggest names in the business. We're currently part of the Techstars Hub Accelerator, and we're also looking at several of these opportunities for sales, but also reseller partnerships. The team powering Notarum is Jamie and myself. This was my daily nightmare, which is why I'm so passionate about solving this pain point. I was a corporate lawyer for a private equity fund, and we managed investments across multiple different countries. I teamed up with Jamie, who is an engineer and data scientist, and she manages our tech team. She spent time as a management consultant for Accenture and also works in early stage startups for the last 8 years. We're perfectly timed when hitting the market. Companies are now accelerating their digital transformation journey more than ever. Compliance costs are becoming a huge focus, and companies know they need to do better. And that's where we come in. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for great pitch, and it's time for questions. Yes, please, guys. Any feedback?
Hi, this was actually a very good pitch, and I'm interested to hear a little bit more about your competitors and your competitive advantage.
Sure. So we try and use a lot of our competitors actually as partners. So a lot of people think that we compete with, the Dow Joneses or the Thomson Reuters, but actually for us, they're data providers. So that's not a competitive relationship. What a lot of organizations do is try to focus very narrow, whereas we know from the enterprise landscape, from the huge amount of customer validation work we've done, is they need an end-to-end solution. So rather than going narrow and deep, we've gone quite wide, and we've also kept the platform incredibly customizable. So if you are a venture capital fund that doesn't do a huge amount of volume, but needs a regular ongoing checking of their portfolio, we can do that. If you are one of the big 4 or a big multinational and need to do regular due diligence on vendors at a higher kind of rate, but not as deep, we can do that as well. So that customization really sets us apart. But to be honest, when we think about the competitive landscape, we don't actually think about specific competitors. We think about the existing manual process as a whole, because organizations are doing this every day. They do have a process in place. They've cobbled it together with kind of sticky tape with both hands, but it is a process. And so for us to come into an organization, we need to shift the organization from a manual process into an automated process. So that's more what I think about when I think about competitive landscape.
How quickly are the reports generated, and what's the revenue model?
Yeah, we can report. We can generate reports very quickly for you. So it depends on. We have customizable templates. So therefore, if you would like to do a quick check on someone, it's a few minutes. If you would like to do an in-depth check on someone, it's obviously a little bit more of a process. But the reports are automatically generated at the end of that process, or midway if you'd like that. The revenue model is a SaaS recurring revenue model. So we, again, spoke with our customers a lot to figure out how they would like to be charged. The smaller guys would prefer a per check fee, and we can facilitate that. But our bread and butter is really the large enterprise monthly recurring SaaS fee. And we charge across 3 different pricing tiers based on the amount of users that you have on the platform and also the modules that we supply that you use. So we know we want the product to feel like it's part of the team internally, and that the team can jump on and use it as much as possible, because that's when you start to identify risk, is when your team really feels empowered to do the checks they need to do. So that's what we want to provide for our customers.
Are your cash flow positive?
Almost, yeah, we are. So we've built our, what we call it the Gen 1 product. It is our MVP. It is the first product we took to market, but it is, it does everything it needs to do. It has, a lot of the bells and whistles that our enterprise clients, expect. We are very lean in terms of cost-wise, but we are we're about to start fundraising in Q2, and that's really to get some growth capital behind us to enter new markets and spend on some marketing.
How you overcome the lack of trust in terms of getting the partners, because they have hard time to trust someone, a company, because a lot rely on compliance things, and if you fail them as a partner, the repercussions might be very hard for them. So how you can
Yeah, absolutely. So we don't actually conduct the checks ourselves. We connect with a multitude of different data sources, and we provide a software tool that our customers then conduct the checks themselves. So really the trust is in their own team. We help with the trust as well because of the customizable templates that we provide. It means companies can actually set a methodology for themselves, and then the compliance team collectively follows that methodology. Whereas at the moment, they might train a team, and then 2 years later, they might do some more training, but in the middle, kind of people figure out how to do the process on their own. So we're helping with that trust on one level. On the other level, our data providers are big names in the business. So you're getting a reputable data source. We are the conduit between that data source and your business.
Do you have VCs as a client today?
What's that, sorry?
Do you have VCs as clients today?
We do. Yeah, absolutely. One of the big global VCs. I won't say on live, but I'm happy to take it offline and have a chat through our customer landscape.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, dear judges, thank you for great pitch. Dear judges, please don't forget to vote for our startups. Please, it's very, very important. If you need some help, please let us know in chat.
Yes. Our next participant. Oh, by the way, we have crossed the quarter of our pitch session. So our 6th participant for today is Unnati or Unnati. Correct me, please.
Yeah, thank you, Kate. So it's Unnati, which is a Hindi word, and my solution is for India, which is why I chose an Indian name. Let me just share my screen. Please give me a sec.
So what does it mean, Unnati?
Growth, progress, some like a mix of growth and progress.
Very positive meaning.
Thank you. All right. So can everyone see my screen?
Yeah. Let's start and good luck.
Thank you so much. All right. So the sector which I'm operating in is recruitments. We are helping SMBs and startups to hire white-collar workforce. The vision that we have is to be the dominant Indian alternative to LinkedIn, essentially replace companies like Naukri.com. I don't know how many people here are familiar with the Indian job market and recruitment players. But please feel free to ask me if you need additional inputs. The pitch that we have to SMBs and startups is use our hiring tech platform for free and pay for human managed hiring services. The monetization strategy is to disrupt traditional recruitment agencies by using an army of gig recruiters that are managed by us. So you could say like a Uber kind of an approach. So why are we going after this market? There are a lot of companies in the hiring tech space, but we still see a need here. There are 23,000 hiring agencies in India. These are mom and pop operations because a hiring agency is very difficult to scale up, which is why you have such a large number of hiring agencies. The reason for that is clients don't have skin in the game. They don't pay upfront. The payment from the client comes after the person hired through the agency actually joins and completes X number of days in the organization. As a result, 20% of roles that an agency works on generate revenue. The remaining 80% of roles get closed through other sources by the clients, and therefore agencies charge a markup of as much as 80% to clients because they need to recover the money that they spent on the other roles which did not lead to revenue. When it comes to hiring through regular job sites, the challenges there are that 90% of applications for a job posting are not relevant. So only 1 out of 10 people who apply for a job are worth looking at also. Forget interviewing. 95% of people who apply for a job do not hear back from the company at all. No feedback. So it's a black box essentially. And this is also the reason why there is indiscriminate application, because people know that there is a major issue of transparency because of which these problems are happening. The third issue, which is a major pain area for SMBs and startups, is that only one, so if they make offer to 4 people, it's pretty much guaranteed that one of them will not join. So people do offer shopping, people get retained by existing employer and so on and so forth. So there is a professionalism problem also, which again is a transparency problem. So our solution is this. Step 1, create a easy, intuitive hiring platform like Canva has created an easy, intuitive design platform, which is free to use so that it is used at scale by a large number of employers. Step 2, build in transparency by using rating system like Airbnb. Every time somebody gets interviewed, every time an offer is made, that gets recorded on the platform, and then that data leads to a more comprehensive profile of both job seekers and employers. And step 3, the monetization. So Urban Company is again an Indian organization which offers beauticians, and you can book a beautician through an app, and the beautician is trained and managed by Urban Company. So we want to do something similar for recruiters. Book a recruiter through us, the recruiter is trained and managed by us, and this is essentially by using gig workers. Women typically would be the target for this. So this is...
That time is over.
Okay, I just would like to show a little bit about who we are. I have 7 years experience of running a hiring agency. This was our turnover last year. We have hired and trained 100+ women and made them gig recruiters. And we get 50,000 job applications per month for jobs that we are handling. Right. Any questions?
Hi, Akshay. This is Gaurav.
Hi, Gaurav.
Hi, Akshay. You mentioned some of the problems that the Indian recruitment industry faces, right?
Yeah.
I saw in one of your fast-going slides, because time was up, that you have a full-stack hiring platform, but I couldn't see how you are going to address the solutions. Problems exist in plenty, and so does the opportunity, right? I mean, the recruitment industry in India has about $3.5 to $4 billion potential, even in this COVID economy. How are you addressing the solutions? Clearly, tech platform or full stack AI-based is not the solution, because many companies are attempting to do that and not anyone has succeeded because it still doesn't solve. What is the solution you are bringing to this ailing industry?
So there are 2-3 tenets to it. The first is it needs to be free. Second is it needs to be an end-to-end workflow. So think of how Canva makes anybody a designer. Similarly, now this is something which I'm looking for funds to build. I have not built it yet, just a caveat here. So the way Canva makes anyone a designer and has a whole process around it, similarly, anyone can manage their recruitments on this platform is the vision I have, where every step of the process is managed, be it scheduling interviews, be it sending an assignment, evaluating the assignment, involving stakeholders, etc. And all that data is captured on the platform. And that data leads to a more comprehensive profile of every job seeker. So next time somebody applies for a job with you, you get a rating that this guy appeared for 9 out of 10 interviews that he was scheduled for. So there is a 90% chance that he will actually go for the interview, or he took 3 offers and he joined 1 company.
So
So
how would you monetize? How would you monetize? I'm invested in some recruitment firms and am taking a different road. I know HireFox and eShine and eImagine and some other Delhi firms that are doing something similar, all IIM Harvard guys. What is your strategy to monetization? None of this describes the path to monetization and growth or revenue. What would be your strategy?
monetization is by selling headhunting credits. So this is something which we are already piloting. We sell headhunting credits, which essentially gives them access to human recruiters. So as I said, the urban company kind of an approach where people pay for humans. The tech is free, and the tech needs to be free because you need to capture the data. The key long-term value is in the data. The human service is paid service, where we work with women who are looking for remote flexible work, who act as recruiters, and there is a margin that we keep in that. So the monetization is through providing human services. The tech is completely free.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Any other questions, guys?
I have a question here.
Yes, please.
My question is, why do you feel that if a candidate has 5 offers and he declined these offers, so companies will hire him?
It's not a question of decline. There are candidates who accept offers and then don't join. And this is a major pain issue in startup and SMB hiring. And this is even more pronounced in tech roles. In tech roles, 2 out of 5 people don't join even after accepting offers. And the reason for that is lack of transparency. There is no implication if I take an offer and I don't join. But if there was a platform where these things were recorded, if you knew that this would impact your credit rating, so to say, on a platform, then you would be more careful about that.
Sorry to interrupt you. That's exactly what is my problem here.
Hmm.
See, as a candidate, if you tell me that I have not joined 6 companies, and that is something that is reflecting on your platform, as a candidate, I won't come. Now coming to as a HR, the other side of it, if I am offering someone, and if that is also reflected on the platform, I'm talking about companies where they have a USP. So let's say my background was I worked in financial technologies. We created stock exchange in C++. Now C++ developers you won't get in market. So if I'm offering somebody, I don't want any of my competitors to know whom I have offered. Plus, even if he has declined and not joined me, as an employer, I don't like this data to go in the market that 80% or 50% of the people are not joining me. So the first question was, why do you feel this data, what you're trying to derive, will help an employer and candidate? That is the first thing which I couldn't understand.
I'm not talking of declining an offer. I'm talking of accepting an offer but not showing up on day 1. And that I feel is a serious offense which should get captured. Declining offer is part of the process. There's no problem in that.
Yeah. So even if you say declining or not joining, why do you feel a candidate, if you show all this, will be on your portal then?
The hook for an SMB is more well-rounded candidate profiles, and if the jobs are there, the candidates will come. The hook has to be from the employer side. We need to get them in. Candidates will come.
See, as long as I know, if you say headhunting.
The rest of the questions you can ask in chat because we need to move on.
Correct.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
The next one is PropTexx from Singapore. Stefan?
Yes. So let me share my screen. guess this needs to be in full screen mode. You see my screen?
Yes, but not in full screen. No.
It's full screen?
No, full screen.
No, full screen.
Yeah. It's not full screen?
Yes, and we warned you yesterday.
Yeah. We mentioned about it during our test call yesterday.
Have it on presentation mode, please.
I also have a PDF. If you open your file using Google Chrome, and then you'll be able to share it fully.
Does this work? You see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, we see your screen, but it's not full screen.
Please turn it into presentation mode. Thank you.
Oh,
it's okay now.
Wonderful. Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
good luck.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. So my name is Stefan. I am the CEO and founder of PropTexx, which we created almost 3 years ago, based in Singapore. We are tackling the disconnect between professionals who need quality real estate media content with showcasing capabilities and those who provide that content. What are we doing? We are trying to take what is bad photography, bad media content, and we turn it into a good one through AI technology and other means. We go all the way to hyper-realistic full house interactions, material change setups, photo capture, style design, configuration, etc. for developers. We address the supply and the demand. Supply, we go to demand, we go to real estate agents. So that's the customer base, B2B purely, photographers, developers, and entrepreneurs. And we provide them with access to virtual builds, 2D, 3D floor plans, property landing pages, virtual staging, and all sorts of different tools for them to showcase their property. The business model we have is a reseller approach. We go to B2B market where they adopt a white label solution, becoming a PropTexx essentially, and then they resell into the local market. By doing that, we are seeing an exponential growth. So our resellers are onboarding the local entities. So far, we started going into the market in June, just after COVID hit. And since then, we've been seeing a steady growth, actually an interesting growth with 1,500 orders already in. Clients are coming in by the day and ordering daily. We have Remax, Century 21, Nexity, Agoda, etc. that are using our platform. Agents and brokers out there, so we're not lacking B2B customers, especially now with COVID. Scalable product model. So how does this work? Order is placed to the platform. Depending on the complexity of the order, what is being ordered, it goes either through automation. If it's not, then it goes out to a freelance community that we onboarded on the other side. And then once we see a pattern, we start automating and doing the AI. So we benefit from the platform to create the orders, which give us the pattern. We started in June, timid one-to-one sales, and we went live with the white label in January. And since then, we've been seeing a nice hockey stick in revenue. And we were actually profitable in March, which means that we need to take a next step now. The team, me as a CEO, we have a head of operation, quite strong. Our operation is based in Bangkok for obvious reasons. And then head of customer support and head of IT been with us for 3 years now. That's it for me.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for great pitch. And then it's time for questions. The judges.
Nice. Hi, Stefan. It's Angelo here from AI Startup Incubator.
Hello.
Real estate is a geographic dependent business. When you were discussing the scalability of your product, I kind of see a couple of issues there in terms of growing into different countries and going through different cities. How are you attacking the problem of expanding to a different geographies? Because this is going to require an entirely new database of contacts for you to target new places.
Yeah, good question. This is why we have the white label program set up across different countries. Today, we have around 60% of our customer base coming from the US, then Canada and Europe. We have very few in Asia for the time being, but we're not spending on marketing either. What we do is we go to entrepreneurs that adopt, so they come in and they pay for the SaaS model. They are $79 a month to get the full PropTexx platform, which is automatically white labeled to their liking, with an e-commerce store where they fix their price, and we give them access to all the content that we have available through our network. And then they go into their local market, because as you said, real estate is very local, it's not global. So it's indirect sales. Does that answer the question?
Yes, thank you.
Any other questions, guys?
So let's move on.
No. How many customers do you have now? What is the average check?
Average check is around $130 US per transaction, and we have had now in the system we have had around 1,500 orders. So we have on customer base around 600 individual clients that are currently ordering and using the system. Tickets are going higher though. We are seeing especially virtual build and the developers are coming in with higher tickets. So the average is a bit squeezed. You have the real estate agents are lower, and then you have the developers are much higher.
And I did not hear about the competition. Maybe I just missed. Can you tell once more, who are your competitors? Because I know some brands.
So competitors, there are very few competitors that are aligning everything in one-stop shop, especially with the white label program, with the reselling, etc. But offering what we offer in terms of content, you got freelancers all over the world. So you got Fiverr, you got Upwork, you got all of that, where people now, B2B customers are turning away from more and more, and they're coming over to something that is more organized, where they know that the turnaround and the quality is checked, and where they have a platform to follow up on their orders because they have their own customers. And then we have companies that are a bit more structured, like Box Brownie, or you would have Habiteo in Europe, etc., that would provide them pre-built, etc.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Any other feedback or questions? Okay, so let's continue, Kate.
Next one is Masataka from Japan. He will present us NUProtein company.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hi.
Yeah.
Okay, let me share the my slide deck. Which one? Yes. Okay.
So let's start.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's start. Good luck.
What's that? Hello?
Yeah, we hear you. You can start.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let me start. Hi everyone. I'm Masataka Minami from NUProtein. I want to talk about 3,000 times cost-effective protein which can avoid protein crisis. And as you may know, the protein crisis is 9 years from now. Demand of meat surpasses the supply, and 840 million people will be starving. Many companies are tackling against this, and one of promising cure is cultured meat. And in 2013, Professor Mark Post introduced the world's first cultured beef patty. And the production cost was about $300,000, and it is now around $400 per patty. But it is still very high because media additive protein, so-called growth factor, is very, very expensive and account for 98% of the cost. So the production cost is growth factor's cost, like this. And okay, here is our solution to reduce the cost of growth factors. And wheat germ extract and the target gene can produce inexpensive non-GMO growth factors. And our production cost is about 1/300. And you can use 1/10 of volume. Thus, our growth factor is 3,000 times cost effective. And it is occupy only 15 cents of cost. Also, we can produce the heme protein, which is used for plant-based meat to add the taste of beef. And this is the landscape of alternative meat industry, and including the plant-based and the cultured meat. And then NUProtein can help and underlie both industries. So we are targeting the over $140 billion combined market with plant-based and cultured meat. And we are lucky enough to get the attraction from various companies such as the world's largest bioreagent distributor and the top-tier food manufacturers at this moment. And our business model is we will provide the wheat germ extract for customers to synthesize the protein by themselves and to realize the lowest possible cost for alternative meat. And here is the team. We have accumulated over 100-year business experience, and several US-based people, especially Dilip Sampas is the body since I was deputy director of corporate venture capital in Silicon Valley. And in summary, NUProtein has the ultimate solution for alternative food industry. At this moment, we are looking for strategic partners to grow by growth factors. If you are interested in partnering with us, please contact me. Thank you for your listening. That's it.
Thank you so much for great pitch. And
thank you.
You can close your pitch deck, and it's time for questions and feedbacks. John, do you have questions?
I have a question. Is the sakura already in bloom in Japan?
Yeah.
We can make photo with the flowers, rose.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. So?
I can ask a question?
Sure.
Yes, please.
Yeah. How does your product compete with, Beyond Meat and Impossible Foods and other alternative protein or alternative meat companies and startups that are up in the US? Could you throw some light on this protein synthesis compared with what they are doing?
Okay, the protein itself is what I meant is so-called the growth factor for the proliferation of the cell. And like I say, the Impossible Foods using the heme protein, using the yeast bacteria. But we can replace that from the plant, like a non-GMO protein for the plant-based meat. And also we can help the cultured meat company. They are using the tons of, not tons, gram of growth factors. It is very expensive, maybe around $1 million at this moment. But we can reduce the cost of growth factor for cultured meat companies. Is that the answer to you?
Absolutely, and I think that is a fantastic approach. I would love to speak to you after this presentation, but good idea and good strategy. I like it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So, any other questions?
What kind of meat? Yeah. Okay. sorry, quickly, what kind of meat can you, expect to get out of this process you have? Is it like beef or chicken, or I mean, because there are other people, so go ahead.
Okay, actually our approach is very agnostic. We can provide cattle growth factor to a cattle cultured meat company, and also if they culture the bluefin tuna, we can produce the bluefin tuna growth factor to them, vice versa. So we are very agnostic for the host animals.
So it can be applied to any type of meat, right?
Sure. Yes.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Much. Next question.
Dear Masataka-san, thank you for the presentation. Wanted to ask what markets do you think will have the most demand for your product, for your solutions?
Okay, so many companies, I mean a cultured meat company, right now struggling to reduce the cost of proliferation cost, and we can support and help them. This is our main target, and this is why our main target is cultured meat company.
Do you think what countries do you think might be most interested in the?
Actually, there are so many companies in US and the EU, also the South Africa. So there is no main target, but so many companies sparse on the world. I mean globally. Is this answer to you?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. Any other questions? Okay, so Kate, let's continue, please.
The next one is Clockster from Singapore, Anwar.
Oops, wait a second. Okay, sharing my screen. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah,
All
you can start.
So hello everyone, my name is Anwar. I represent today Clockster, an HRM and recruitment tool for micro, small and medium-sized businesses with blue collars. So when we started our project 3 years ago, we unveiled a couple of problems. In the recruitment domain, there is a high employee turnover rate, sometimes reaching 70%. Employees don't have usually a proper employment history. And on top of that, many different and expensive recruitment channels, sometimes, especially for the market niche that we work in, very overpriced. As for the HR management tool, various platforms to manage different HR tasks, and there is no, and existing all-in-one HRMs are highly priced for that market niche. And therefore, we came up with Clockster, a solution in HRM that combines time and attendance, shift management, payroll, reports, and onboarding. And on top of that, recruitment, which is a pain for MSMEs. And with the recruitment, we offer pre-vetted employees, instant replacement, and employment history. And so competition in the world, we do have competitors, and basically, but the trick here is that we provide a one-time payment of $49, and that basically includes all the HRM tool, available tool today, time and attendance, schedule management, and even APIs with third-party applications. And so that being said, instant recruitment and schedule management, clock-ins and clock-outs, and optional access control tool are the leverage points that differentiate us from our competitors. And that being said, HRM is an entry point, penetration point into the markets, brings B2B clients, they bring us from 30 to 3,000 vetted employees, which is in the last couple of months, really helped us to grow our database in a very fast way. So our clients are restaurants, cafes, electronic shops, basically service-related companies that are so concerned about their staff efficiency and general HR automation. Our target markets are Southeast Asia and India. And basically, why these? Because they have existing and developed culture of implementation of similar products. When it comes to our business model, it's, as I already mentioned, it's $49 per 100 employee, and a optional biometric device. For the recruitment, for 10 job posts, it's a subscription-based model. We did triple our Q1 MRR comparing with last year. Now we have 200 plus clients across 15 countries. This is our brilliant team. And if you have any questions, I would be happy to answer them.
Thank you, Anwar. Thanks for being on time.
So much. So it's time for questions and feedback.
Is it hard to copy your product?
What is it?
Is it hard to copy your product?
Is it hard to what? To do what?
To copy your product.
Oh, that's a good question. Actually, the HRM tool that we have available today, we've been developing for the last 2.5 years. And so basically there are many intricacies and consequently implications especially when it comes to shift management. So the answer is it's not.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
My question would be, with this being such a narrow solution, I mean, just time tracking. And you mentioned that there are no direct competitors actually for your solution. How are you going to compete with the more complex solutions? I mean, companies prefer to buy more complex solutions that not just do time tracking, they do rostering, they do other things for the blue collars. How are you going to address that problem?
So rostering, exactly, shift management is what's included in the package today. But the point is that when you speak particularly about the solutions that probably flow around in your mind now, the market niche, our market niche is very price sensitive. So restaurant owners, even chain restaurant owners, they are very concerned with the price. And while purchasing the lifetime access to the HRM for $49, they forget about the hustle that is usually included in the classical HRM for that market niche. That being said, the time attendance, the rostering, and payroll, and on top of that, they can top up to recruitment.
Am I right that the lifetime subscription costs $49? How are you going? Okay, how are you going to? I mean, I can understand how these money will help you, like in the first year, but this is a lifetime subscription with the software updates and everything. How are you going to,
grow,
justify your revenue goals in the next years?
Exactly. So actually, when we looked up until some certain point, we've been developing as a time and attendance tool, basically. But when you compare the HRM market and the recruitment market, it's 10 times bigger than the HRM alone with the current functionality. So by providing the subscription, and before that, we provided our HRM based on subscription model. But now with the lifetime license, and on top of that, with the recruitment tool, it's for the last 2 months, we are actually growing quite fast. And not only in the markets that I mentioned, but actually across the world. Even clients started showing up in the Americas.
Okay, thank you.
So much.
Other questions?
Please. Okay, so let's continue.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anwar. And it's the time for the last but not least for today, our startup from Indonesia, Gomodo Technologies. Luis?
Yes, am I good to go?
Yes, but you are not in full screen mode. Dramatic pause. So while you are preparing, we need to remind judges not to forget voting. Only one startup left.
Right, can you see this?
No, it's like two windows. Could you close one window?
Two windows.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. You can start. Oh.
Sorry, 1 second.
We lose you again.
Yeah, sorry.
And I want to mention that before we announce winners, we will have some poll about the investment. So we'll be happy if you take part.
So please, could you open a second window, please? Oh, close, sorry, close, not open.
Just close presenter mode.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just open just your pitch deck, just pitch deck. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you could start. Good luck.
Okay, thank you. Hi, my name is Luis Vitaya. I represent Gomodo Technologies. So in many developing nations, there are tons of countless MSMEs that are undiscovered. These guys are service providers across these nations. So we're a B2B distribution platform, and we are dealing with $33 billion market. In Indonesia alone, we have 3,150,000 MSMEs in Indonesia, and 87% are still offline. So what we do is digitalize their services and offerings, and we distribute to online travel agents as well as retailers and hotels. So just some of our products online already on these OTAs. So we are a supplier to these OTAs. However, this year we want to focus on hotels and retailers.
Sorry, your sound is not clearly. I'm sorry.
Hello? Hello? Yeah. So can you hear me now?
Yeah, continue, please.
Yeah, so as you can see, this is a very common site for anyone who has checked in at a hotel. This is what we want to digitalize. So the hotels can start selling tours and activities. And for every transaction that happens, the hotels get a commission. So for supply, we work with federations and associations and communities of tour operators and service providers across the country. So for our business model, we take a 10% margin from distribution volume, and so just capturing 31%, 1% of the market gets us 31,500 MSMEs in Indonesia alone. That's $3.3 billion. So that's potentially almost $5 million per annum, which is a good thing. We are endorsed by multiple ministries in Indonesia. And we are officially part of the digitalization roadmap and plans by the government to digitalize all tourist hotspots in Indonesia. So currently we have about 1,000 distributable products. We want to get 2,000 and 2,000 transactions per month by year's end. Competition-wise, we are the only one in Indonesia, and we would like to be like Octopus in China and Redeem in the US. So Dame hits our operations team on the right. Johnny is our CTO. He has 15 years of software development experience, and myself, this is my third travel and hospitality startup. Okay, so I would like to end with an analogy. If the B2C tourism space is a battleground or a war fought by marketplaces and OTAs, we would like to be the neutral arms dealers selling armed weapons and ammunition to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So, judges, we understand that sound was not clearly, but maybe some feedback from yourself for questions.
You understand almost nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, I read the profile of the startup. And so are you working only in Indonesia today or no?
Yes, I'm currently based in Indonesia.
And your clients also in?
Yeah, our clients are in Indonesia and also regional based online travel agents.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, thank you. So, any other questions or feedbacks?
So I've noticed that in November you've pivoted it as a, digital. If I'm right, let me read it. It's a distribution platform company, right?
Yes.
So you probably, as far as I understand, your business model is, getting some margin from the other companies that provide these travel services. What is your percentage in this? How much you charge them?
We charge up to 10%. So we obtain wholesale prices from our suppliers. We take 10% and then we route them to all our resellers. So online travel agents and hotels and retailers.
So you provide just the platform, or you provide them advertising services or other things? I mean, for the travel industry, it's important not just to being listed on your platform, but to gain to acquire the customers. So do you provide these acquisition, and if yes, what's your acquisition cost for them?
So we do not have any B2C platform. What we do is we work with resellers. They are the ones who are doing the majority of the reselling, selling to consumers. So we work with online travel agents. They do all the selling, and we just supply them with the inventory they need.
Okay, so do you don't do the selling? I mean, you don't do, for example, the B2B corporate travel selling, or you don't bring the customers onto the platform?
No, we just work with the resellers and we do all the selling, and we just work with suppliers to digitalize their inventory, and then we distribute the inventory.
Okay, then if you just distribute the inventory, how exactly you doing that? No.
So we sign partners just with the online travel agents and these retailers and resellers. So it's like for hotels, it's an additional revenue stream for them. So again, they are resellers and retailers. When we sign them up, it's more of an enterprise sign up, and it's very low cost for us.
Okay, thank you so much. Any questions else? Okay, so dear participants, thank you so much for great pitch. Dear judges, thank you for interesting questions and feedbacks. So dear judges, now you have 2 minutes to complete your voting. The system will be closed in 2 minutes. Please do it.
And while you are finishing, so please we prepared a poll for you. So Kate, could you please share?
Sure. There are multiple choice.
And also we have special proposal for our guests. So you are welcome to join our networking. So we are promoting you to panelists, and in case you would like to share your ideas, so feel free to do so.
For the judges, after you vote, is there a submit button, or once you just click on the rating?
No, just choose the rating without any submission button.
Okay, all right, wonderful.
Maybe someone would tell us about his bids, who will be the winner. No? We want to leave it in secret.
Sorry, can you repeat that one? I'm not sure I understood what you said.
I asked maybe you would like to explain us who will be the winner. What is your bid?
What startup did you like more?
Maybe we can do it after, Kate. Let's just announce the results because it can influence our results.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like.
Excuse me, I don't see a submit button.
And there is no.
Oh, okay.
But you can change your vote if you want.
Okay.
And seconds.
Yeah.
So I think we are ready.
Yeah, we're ready to announce our winners today.
Wow, let's do it.
Yeah. So, dear ladies and gentlemen, third place today goes to Clockster.
Oh, great. Stop.
Just.
Oh, wow, really? Thank you so much.
Yeah, congratulations.
So unexpected.
Sorry, just a moment.
So we had some spoilers. Yeah, really.
It's not.
Wow, congratulations again. So, second place is NUProtein.
Yay.
And who's the winner, girls?
Yeah, the winner today is Notarum, or second name is Intelligent Dillinger.
Angela, congratulations.
Angela, you are winner today.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's great. It's such an amazing group of people. So that really means a lot. Thank you so much, everyone. And thank you to the Unicorn team for organizing such an amazing event.
Thank you so much for great pitch and for being with us today.
Super. Congratulations.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Guys, let's come back to our networking and to our answers.
Kate, could you please share results?
Sure. I and Paul. Sure.
Okay, so would like to start? For example, Sergey, what answer did you choose?
Well, I remember the same question was raised during the North American Unicorn battle session, and I also answered like everyone without limits. Well, the reason for that is we're all concerned about, there were some reasons, people raised some concerns about, being your mom and dad, for example, invest money into startup and, they lost their money. But the thing is, with the current investment climate, they can actually invest money in the way more risky, assets than startups. So I do believe, yeah, startups are risky assets, but not that risky. Startups are quite regulated. I mean, they're officially registered. So I do believe that everyone without limits should invest in them, because it really boosts the industry. I mean, if people like the idea that is behind the startup, if they like the product that they're making, they can support, for example, local startups or international startups. So that was my choice.
Thank you so much for your opinion, Sergey. So, Gaurav, are you with us? What was your answer?
I'm really not.
I think my answer is pretty much in sync, Lena, with what the majority of the polls have given. I think these days, you know, at least as I see it here in India, US, Europe, people are more aware of the investment choices, whether they are participating in the equities market or startups. There is a plethora of information they have at hand. Sometimes through their friends and family who have raised startups and they are aware of the risk. And sometimes a lot more of it is through all these good conferences and startups that they can be part of, right? I mean, just think with Unicorn Battle, there is so much of opportunity that the participants, startups, entrepreneurs, and everyone can come, whether they attend the YouTube live streaming. And similarly, there are so many other accelerators. And there are enough of people, Lena, that I feel want to invest. I know a few Indian crowdfunding startups which are established by investment firms, and they are reaching out to the individual, you know, the engineers, the managers, the tech people who want to invest and make educated choices. They create a platform. So I do feel that it can invite more participation, but at the same time, a little bit of education is needed. You know, ideas can have some great potential, but you know, we all know the risk with the startups and investment and the success ratios, right? So if there is a right level of education and awareness of the risk, I think it should be created open to all. I totally support that idea.
Thank you for your opinion. So, any other comments, guys?
I really, Lena, agree with Sergey about much more risky assets in which retail investors can invest today. But still, it seems to me we still need some regulation in this market, because very often a retail investor does not understand and maybe cannot understand the future of the startup. And there are very talented founders that can just draw a really bright future. And after that, we'll have something like ICO market, when the retail investor just lost their money. So yeah, not so obvious for me. The answer is not so obvious.
Thank you, Alexander. Thank you for your opinion. John, will we know your answer today? Are you with us?
Me?
Yeah, you, of course.
Oh, no, yeah, thank you so much for everybody today. You know, great pitches. And I just wanted to ask Minami-san for, you know, about what is his exit strategy, you know, and how much he has raised so far.
Okay, thank you so much.
We would
Right.
like to ask about it.
Okay. The exit strategy to serve is I'm thinking actually M&A to utilize the resource from the big companies, and also I'm looking for the 3.5 million so far, and out of it I want to expand the business to EU and the US from Japan.
Do we have a market for your food tech startup in Japan, or Japan is too small for you?
Not too small, too late, quite late. Almost 5 years or 6 years late from other continent.
Thank you.
I wanted to add what Alexander said. I mean, he's right. about, there are some regulations needed, and I really believe there might be room for the, let's say, okay, a company that oversees the startup, and everyone can invest into this company. So maybe not giving the people direct access to every startup out there, because there are a lot of KYC need to be done. They need to check the companies, they need to understand what they're actually doing, and there are a lot of financial due diligence need to be done, because every investor does this. But maybe if they are allowed to invest into company that already did this for the startups, maybe it might be a game changer. But again, I mean, the market is not ready to embrace it with open hands right now. But I really believe that if it will be open for public with a some limits for the check size, then that might be a good case.
Yeah, probably.
So, any other opinions, guys?
I know that our guests have already joined us. Maybe they want to join the discussion. At previous events, we didn't allow guests to speak.
Yeah, I can say something. This is Gary. Listen, here we are today, right, on Startup Network and Unicorn.Events, and we're looking at some incredible companies. Really, if we look at what's happened over the last year, the ability to be able to gather information from anywhere to anywhere has dramatically shifted. This digital transformation is upon us. Each person should be able to partake in the opportunity to invest in whatever way, shape, or form that they want to do it. Because my belief is that if we don't do that, we're going to have a two-scaled society. People that have money, look what's happened in Bitcoin and how much money's been raised, right? And cryptocurrencies. We need to let people partake, and we're going to have dramatically different levels of existence, economic existence around the world. So this exactly what you're doing here today is really a window into that opportunity. And it gives people the knowledge, desire, and ability to be able to invest in some incredible startups.
Sure, I agree with you. Venture is always about risk. So if you don't want to be risky, do not go to the venture capital industry. So what about our startups? How do you think? Is it hard now to fundraise, or now investors got more risky?
It feels to me like there's a lot of capital on the market, but finding the right capital is obviously the most important part. And you need obviously a cultural fit. You need someone that understands your industry and someone aligns on the same values that you do. So I think it's never been easier to find money, but it's never been harder to find the right money.
Thank you so much. So thank you, guys. Thank you for being with us today. Thank you for your opinions, for interesting questions, for great pitches. And it's time to announce our next event. Kate,
which
you
will
can do it. Yeah.
Eastern Europe next week.
So next week we are inviting you to Eastern Europe Unicorn Battle. It will be April 8th. So we'll be happy to see you among our judges and guests. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
You can try our
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Cheers, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, John. See you soon.
See you soon. Bye-bye.